Alright, so I've been playing this build for about 2 weeks now, and I gotta say, I'm in love. This is probably the most well-balanced called Mist Walker. Mist Walker gives a lot of speed as well as elusive generation. Elusive Badge of the Brotherhood, as well as void batteries, allowing us to reach pretty obscene effect.
Oh mama!
On her neck, we want the new Blight exclusive Badge of the Brotherhood. Since we have a way of generating frenzies on kill, we get up to 10 power and frenzy charges, as well as a really juiced up elusive.
Hey everyone, sorry for the intro. I just want to make something stupid. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I kind of just put a little bit of effort into it. The main reason behind the intro was because I really miss the Witch, Elementalist, Pop, Heralds. Beacon of Ruin got nerfed 3.7, I believe, and it's every league I would make just a Pop Herald build, and I haven't made one since then. And it kind of felt bad for me because that was my favorite thing about Path of Exile, was just have those herald pops and just your screen explodes when you just touch someone. And I kind of felt like I wanted to make it. Started out making a Winter Orb, didn't go as well. Was missing the pops, the crazy pops, missing a little bit of DPS because I wanted to farm red maps with it. And I ran into SOMAYD's build, which is really good, but this league it's really expensive because of Badge of Brotherhood. I'm gonna do a quick introduction to the build, but guys, just go check SOMAYD's build. I have a few tweaks that I made for personal ease of building, but I'm gonna go over some things about this build. So you guys can see how it works, see if you want to do it, see if you want to dump like 20x into this build. Yeah. Alright, so for this build, main premise is just have a ton of power charges. We get 9 with this build, which is a butt ton, if I do say so myself. And then we grab the Badge of Brotherhood to make it so we have 9 frenzy charges as well, and we get frenzy charges from our ice bite. So we and then we have a power charge on kill linked to our blade vortex. I was a little like I don't know if I want that, but if you think about it, supported skills deal 4% more damage per power charge. That's 36 just flat buff on top of the 20% crit from the equality. Just figured, hey, like guaranteed power charge generation, a good buff. I mean, it's not maximum. I'm not using I'm sure I can add things, but I wanted a quality of life build, so I have Unleash and Intensify for quality of life more so. You can do Ink AoE instead if that's what you prefer, but I like the Intensify because when so you see the range here, this is 1 cast. I have Unleash, so it's 3, but if you just hold it, you see how the blades are really really small and getting smaller, but my AoE damage is increasing at the same time, so I do that when I want to fight a Metamorph or something like that. So I ended up just kind of liking it over Ink AoE. But it's all preference. Just the only mandatory thing I would say is Ice Bite if you have Badge of Brotherhood. And everything else is kind of preference. Power Charge, you could add it to, which I was going to add Power Charge on crit to a Orb of Storms. But I just wanted a smooth gameplay, and this is what I ended up with. Another important thing, other than Badge of Brotherhood, which is freaking expensive, and Void Batteries, which just are really good. They give you maximum power charge damage. Spell damage per power charge is just nuts. You can't go without it if you're using a power charge build. Circle of Fear is super important. We are running 3 passives. Herald of Ice, Hatred, and Zealotry. And the way we can run 3 is because with Circle of Fear, we have 40% reduced mana reservation. You can do I believe you can do a 39 roll or 40, and if that doesn't work out, you can just do mana reserve from your passive tree or a corrupted jewel or something of that. But ideally you would want this ring right here, 100% buff effect, 40% mana reserved, and whatever implicits you want, as well as another buff effect and a increased cold damage one. But increased cold damage and buff effect was like, I think it was like 5x for it right when I checked. So I was like, nah, whatever, I'll just go max cold res and buff effect, because the main part of our build is I want Herald of Ice to kill. So I have Herald of Ice linked with Ink AoE and increased crit, so the pops can just kill, and it's super important. Another thing is we have a Devouring Diadem. I've copied SOMAD. Watch SOMAD's video. He's just gonna explain everything better than me. But the main reason, +1 to socketed, and you get Aldrich Battery with it, and reduced mana reservation. It just kind of has a little bit of everything. So you put your auras on here, 2 of your auras, to make it so you can perfectly fit all 3. You get +1, which is pretty nice, and then you have Eldritch Battery, so you don't have Energy Shield, which kind of sucks in my opinion. I almost didn't want to use this because I wanted Energy Shield, because this build is a little bit weak. You will die. If you watch SOMAD, he has like almost 6k life because he has like a really good min-max version. So if you're gonna do that, you'll be a lot more tanky. But I die kind of often. T16, I say, counting doing the metamorph, I die every 6 or 7 maps, which is pretty often. Maybe 1 out of 10 maps, tier 16 Vald, whatever, juiced, I die. Kind of sucks, but I just kind of went with it because having this much reserved, getting even more reserved, like taking nodes out of your passive tree to make it so you don't reserve, was just killing DPS. So I just figured, whatever, I'll do it. And anything else I want to explain? Everything else is kind of self-explanatory. Not really an in-depth build video. I have a cast on when damage chicken, wave of conviction, because it reduce LE exposure applies to -25% LE res, and frostbite, so we can apply that curse. But yeah, here I'll show the passive tree really quick, but it's almost the same as, I think it's exactly the same as SOMAD's actually. No, I lie. I took Mind Over Matter because it takes it from my ES. I've seen it do it. I'm not 100%. I could just be wrong and just be calculating it wrong, but I was dying a lot, so I took Mind Over Matter. It takes it from my Energy Shield, and then we also have Energy Shield, Leech, spell damage, Leech's Energy Shield over here. So we kind of just, it's just I say it's 30% more HP, or EHP for me at least. It's been helping out. And yeah, I actually haven't taken jewel sockets because I didn't want to buy a Watcher's Eye for like 6, 7, 8x with a Hatred. So I'm going to be buying those next. Either a Watcher's Eye or just a percent life and crit with whatever, spell crit, spell damage, something. I'm going to be looking for those. But yeah, as for now, this is the passive tree, pretty generic. Just go watch SOMAD. He explains everything great. And oh yeah, so some of you wanted to see my MTXs. I just used the Celestial stuff, and then I have Celestial Righteous Fire and Celestial Herald is what you saw as the pops, because it is amusing. But yeah, anyways, oh, before I forget, another important thing is Aziri's Promise is actually super important for survivability and extra damage. Ideally, you're going to want a 15% elemental, but I just said screw it, whatever. But this really helps you live because 2% of chaos damage leached. So against the metamorphs, when they spawn the little guys, you get this back up and you can just kill everything. Really helpful. So yeah, go watch his video. I kind of explained all my changes. I'm using Biscos. He explains that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys, if you play this build, I hope you get the satisfaction of just popping screens every once in a while. I've had legions where I just kind of sat there and it just popped, and then like the whole left side of the legion was already dead, so I just go to the right side. It's super fun. It's the reason I love this game. And yeah, if you guys have any comments or anything, leave them down below. Make sure I read them, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.